You're home at night, you hear glass break, and you realize someone's come into your home. Do you tell that home invader you're armed, or do you stay quiet? In this video, we'll talk with noted criminal defense attorney Tom Grieve, and we'll break this question down. But first, a quick reminder. We have a gun giveaway going on right now, and you can enter for free, but it ends really soon. Just click the link in the description down below to reveal which brand new gun you could win. All right, Tom, do you announce to this home invader, hey, I got a gun, get out of my house? Or do you lay quietly and ambush him?
Right. Probably not the wording I would use in court unless I'm the prosecutor. But
well, the prosecutor's going to use
the
that.
prosecutor probably will use that language.
That man over there ambushed a defenseless home invader.
Right, the defenseless, the poor, innocent home invader who just stumbled in because they wanted to watch Netflix and chill. So, there's pros and cons both ways, right? Because the pro of announcing is obviously you're hoping that that deters them and they leave. Mm-hmm. The con is you've just forfeited a lot of tactical advantages. They know that you're here, they know where you are, and they know that you're armed, or at least that you're claiming to be armed, mm-hmm. right? From a legal perspective, I suppose at least if you do announce, you have now stated, I'm here, I'm not defenseless, and if you advance, something bad's going to happen, right? Mm-hmm. So at a minimum, it does kind of lay that groundwork of, look, here's the red line, buddy, that you got if you keep advancing. So from a defense attorney perspective, if I'm in court, would I rather have a client who's announced or not? I mean, this side of castle doctrine, it's probably better to have a client who has announced. In states where there's castle doctrine and there's less issues of deciphering whether or not someone had the ability to employ deadly force against a home invader at 2 a.m. But the counterpoint to that is, okay, let's say you announce and they say, okay, I surrender.
Yeah, now what are you going to do?
Or, I'm just here for help, and they're not here for help.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, my buddy's sick. Can you come out and help me? Okay, so does that now rebut the fact that you could use castle doctrine? And they're lying. They're going to stab mm-hmm. you the second you come around that corner or shoot you or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You now just have muddied the waters significantly. The upside is that maybe if that was your 22-year-old son back from college break and he stumbles in drunk at 2 a.m., hopefully we've eliminated the fact that you're going to use deadly force on someone that mm-hmm. wasn't there to harm you. Yeah. So both from a tactics perspective as well as from a legal perspective, I think that it's summed up as it's a mixed bag both ways. Mm-hmm. And some of it, to some degree, is going to depend upon what the local laws are in your jurisdiction, what's the presence of castle doctrine, what are the deadly force laws, and so forth. As a defense attorney, would I rather have a client who announced? Probably yes. Mm-hmm. But does it also introduce risk for significantly muddying the waters to the point where deadly force and castle doctrine may be off the table because the bad guy knows how to play the system? Maybe. Mm-hmm. Not saying yes. I'm just saying maybe.
And as we're talking about the tactics of defending yourself from a home invasion, lots of different scenarios. And I'm sure the people in the comments section are going to, yeah, but what if? Yeah, but what if? As I laid out initially, folks, you're getting ready for bed. You're upstairs in your bedroom, and it's later at night, and you hear someone coming into your home. This is not that you're sitting at the kitchen table and someone kicks in the front door and you have to immediately jump into action. At this point, I really don't want people creeping around the house trying to find this guy. You're not going to go clear the house by yourself.
Right.
So yeah, stay in the bedroom, stay wherever you are, or get to the safe space that you've planned out. You get to your kid's room and you're going to defend that position there. And certainly holler out, I know you're here. I've called the police. They're on the way. I am armed. If you come any closer, I will shoot you. That makes it really clear for the guy in the house to understand what's going on. But if you decide you're going to go get this guy out of your house and you head down the stairs and you start looking around the living room and the kitchen and the dining room, and somewhere you're going to come around the corner and he's going to hit you over the head with a lamp or a pipe or stab you, or worse yet, you're going to hear him rummaging around in the office stealing your computer, and as you head for that door, his accomplice is going to come and attack you from behind.
Right.
So I want people to turn on the lights so they can identify the bad guy. You know, we call it a shot in the dark for a reason. I don't want folks, you know, shooting down a hallway, a darkened hallway. I want a flashlight or lights on in the hallway or something like that. Good policy from a legal standpoint. I think you're nodding your head. You're going to say yes?
Yeah. I mean, you introduced a whole new layer of variables here of basically, do you protect the upstairs hallway and presuming that your entire family's upstairs and you're covering this the only way, you know, up and down the stairways? Or do you go, in effect, ready to counter ambush the bad guy? Do not counter ambush the bad guy, both from a, you know, a tactics perspective. That just sounds like an incredibly bad idea, as well as from a legal perspective. Even if you're in a state with very strong castle doctrines, you're still introducing some variables by doing that. I would much rather have, and this is kind of a good lens, I think, to analyze these kind of questions from. I would much rather have a client who's defending the top of the stairs where all their kids' bedrooms are, rather than the client who is clearing the house room by room by room and finds the bad guy hiding, you know, behind the water heater. And now you've got a problem.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of problems at that point. My suggestion, guard that top of the stairs, call 911. Ideally, your spouse or significant other isn't, so that you don't have split attention. Ideally, if your kids are old enough, everybody's got an action plan. If you know what you're doing, you're sheltering in place, you're not sheltering in place, whatever it is that makes the most sense given your house layout, that's what you're doing. You're going with it.
Before you go, you just missed one of our best videos that got over 500,000 views. Click right here to watch it now.